let's go to Brian. Come on in, Brian.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I don't know what possessed me to call in, but I'm kind of with the last caller. I listen to your show quite a bit while I'm driving in, and sometimes not very rarely do I agree with you. Most of the time I disagree with you, but I think that this whole what's going to happen when MAGA wakes up. Oh man, I'm not even MAGA, but I tell you, I think they're already awake. This whole country's awake. It comes up all the time when I listen to shows like this. Y'all can't believe that. Oh man, the isms and the people, they voted that in. Why do you think? It's because his views are popular. We're tired of watching this country go the way it's going, and the social safety nets and the welfare and all that. Brother, this country has been taken advantage of for far too long. We have tried doing things the hard way for a long time, so now it's time to just cut all ties. No more social safety nets. I don't want to pay any taxes, zero taxes. This country, is it a melting pot? Sure, but it used to be a self-sustaining, self-reliant. People cut trails to head out west to build this country. They had zero safety net. They had nobody helping them. It was up to them themselves. And that's why a lot of people died out there making the frontier and all that. We got so many people living in this country that would not be able to make it if it wasn't for all these social safety nets that people like me are paying for every day with their tax dollars. And we go trillions more dollars in debt. And then every day I just get screwed harder and harder and harder and told that I got to pay more. And I'm not using hardly any of these social programs or safety nets. So you know what? Enough's enough. Cut all ties. No more, nothing. Just if you got to do it, you got to do it on your own. And then as far as the Epstein files, brother, holy cow, I could go on and on and on. But this whole entire country is compromised. We are run by a Jewish cabal of pedophiles that don't want that stuff out. And they got to Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump's in there. He might be in there. Who knows? But the elites and the deep state that runs this world and this country in particular, we give how many billions of dollars to Israel every year? Golly, dude, we need to end that too. Why am I giving all my money to Israel? No, thank you. They all got dirt on all the people in charge, and that's why those files are never going to come to light. And to say that you don't care about them is kind of hilarious. But thank you for letting me call.
Okay, don't leave, Brian, because I think you're the perfect person that oh God. Okay, I really hope Brian didn't hang up, because I love that he said the things that he said. Okay, and the bad thing about it is there is a lot of truth into what he said, interspaced with a lot of misinformation. Brian says that he doesn't want, like the people who moved west, they did it all on their own, etc., etc. Let's pause that statement for a minute. He's right. A lot of people got a chance to move west. Why? Because our country genocidically opened that path for them. So when our brother who just called, Mr. Brian, calls and he says these folks did it all on their own moving west, that's the first statement that was wrong, because again, that West movement was opened up by a genocidal government who said, we'll just take this land and then we will use the bodies. Hear me out, folks. We will use the bodies of the settlers to get moving to that land westward. So they go in there like the ants and move that land. And then the plutocracy comes in, and when they see that we have a viable population of the cogs, the widgets that we sent out there to take the land, form the land, the plutocracy comes in and they build the railroads and they build the road. They build all these things after again, remember I said that he was partially right. After the proven grounds have been made, the plutocracy, the people that I say never take risks, come in and they build the railroads, and then they take from these folks who actually went in and settled. So you see how it works, right? It always worked that the guys like Brian, and my God, Brian, that's why I wanted him to stay and have the conversation, because he's partially right. He goes and he does and he works and he works and he sees no result from it. So what he picks is get rid of everything and let's just have Trump. But the truth of the matter is, You can't get rid of everything because all the doors that were opened by him were done by who? And that's what he doesn't see. That's what he doesn't see. And that's the magic about the Heritage Foundation and how they were able to brainwash guys like Brian. Because Brian thinks it's as simple as, look, Brian is not a bad guy. He thinks it's as simple as taking away everything, no social safety net. But he called on the telephone. He called on his cell phone. He called while driving his car. He called while on roads. He wants to pay no taxes. But everything that he just did was paid for by all of us, our taxes. The technology in the cell phone that he was using was developed by grants given by the United States government through our tax-paying system. The roads that he's driving on was built by our taxpayers that move things. Absolutely everything that Brian just called in about was built by us. But Brian didn't get that information from Heritage Foundation or the media that he listens to. If Brian, that car, as he was speaking to me, police officers would come to render aid to him. Whether he has health insurance or not, if he got to an emergency room, I would be paying for it. You would be paying for it. So the logic, the anger is there, but the logic as far as solutions is missing. Because I always ask people to do one thing. Let's talk about it. What would you do? How would we get from point A to point B? He used the settlers going over into this promised land, but he failed to realize how the promised land was opened by whom. So if I don't mind if somebody says, I don't want to pay taxes, I don't want to do any of these things. That's fine. Learn what it looks like to be living in an isolated system where those structures aren't there. And you find rather quickly you cannot exist.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.